the skies overhead may be gloomy, but the atmosphere here at Rangers Ballpark is all sunshine as the Rangers get set to try and sweep the Cleveland Indians and go past 3 million in attendance for 2012. And welcome in, everybody. A special night here at the ballpark. Along with Tom Grieve, I'm Steve Busby. Glad you could join us for this evening. Yeah, the Rangers are going to go over 3 million fans tonight. A lot of us didn't think that would ever happen here in Texas, but boy, it's amazing what has happened the last 3 years, and nothing now is beyond belief. Another guy that's not beyond belief is Derek Holland. He has really pitched well, winning his last 3 outings, and he is the guy that the Rangers really need to get straightened out.
Well, he seems to be straightened out, Buzz. His last 6 starts have found him coming into his own, and fortunately, his last start was his best start. He's really headed in the right direction. Last start against Tampa Bay, career-high 11 strikeouts. He pitched 8 innings. It's the best he's thrown all season long. He looked like he did in the World Series against St. Louis last year. His fastball touched 95. It was consistently over 94. The results were terrific. And over his last 6 starts, those starts have gotten better. All of them have been good. And as you head down to the last couple of weeks of the season, that's a nice development.
Yep. Derek looking for his 11th win tonight. He comes in at 10-6, and Adrian Beltre, who was questionable up until early batting practice today, back in the lineup. He will be the DH as the Rangers look for the sweep against the Cleveland Indians. That's all coming up next on Fox Sports Southwest. On Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by the Built Ford Tough Truck event. Enjoy huge savings on America's best-selling truck for 35 years running. Ford is the best in Texas. Well, a crowd on hand large enough to get the Rangers over 3 million. A very much anticipated night here, and the skies so far cooperating, although there is rain in the area. We are understanding at this point in time, it looks like we'll be able to get the ball game in hopefully without interruption. Before we get things started, let's go down and welcome in Emily Jones. Emily?
Well, Buzz, you'll remember last night Adrian Beltre aggravated that shoulder making the diving catch. He lobbied Ron Washington to stay in the game. He did not win that argument. Mike Olt came in for him. However, he was not about to lose another argument a second day in a row. He was not in the lineup when the clubhouse opened this afternoon, but Adrian Beltre arrived at the ballpark, went into Ron Washington's office, and promptly the lineup was changed, and he is back in. It is further proof as to why Ron Washington says if you don't have Adrian Beltre in your MVP conversation, you're just plain crazy.
He's such a professional, and when you talk about MVPs, you talk about guys that can make everyone else around them better, and that's what Adrian does. He makes everyone on our team better, simply not because of his game, but because the personality that he has, the great teammate that he is, and more than that, the great player that he is. And he certainly don't love talking about himself, and I'll do it for him.
And his teammates talking plenty about him, too. Ron Washington, with tonight's Geico quote of the game, Ian Kinsler said last night, if you're not considering Adrian Beltre, that you must have been eating paint chips as a kid. A very popular Tommy Boy reference, you guys.
Well, we had him in our conversation last night.
Yeah, we did.
So
and we're on board. We will continue to have him in our conversation. Ron Washington and Jackie Moore hoping to watch that ball club in the red tonight. To take on the Cleveland Indians and complete a 3-game sweep. Now here's the lineup that Manny Acta has put out there this evening that will take on Derek Holland. Ezekiel Carrera leads off. He's the center fielder. The shortstop, Brett Lillibridge, bats second. Jason Kipnis bats third. He plays second. The DH tonight, Carlos Santana. He bats cleanup. Vinny Rotino, the start in left field, batting fifth. Matt Laporta is at first. In right field, hitting seventh, is Thomas Neal. The catcher is Lou Marson, and batting ninth, playing third base, is Jack Hanahan.
And for the scouting report on Derek Holland, a win in his last start brought him to 10-6. 189 opponents batting average in his last 6 starts. 3-0 in 5 career starts against the Indians, including a win in them a couple of starts ago up in Cleveland. He pitched well in that game. 7 innings, 7 hits, gave up a couple of runs. But his best start was his last start. That was against Tampa Bay. 11 strikeouts, a career high, 8 innings, only 2 hits. Fastball was the best velocity he's had all year long. The command of all his pitches was terrific. You could tell he was feeling good, too.
And the first pitch to Ezekiel Carrera is a bit outside for ball one. Carrera not in the original lineup that Manny Acta had in mind. Next pitch to him is a strike. Originally, Michael Brantley was going to play center field, but they had to scratch Brantley. So Carrera in there batting leadoff tonight against Derek Holland. 1-1 pitch, and that's fouled away to the left. Ranger defense tonight looks like this. A little bit of a change. David Murphy in left. Leonis Martin in center. Nelson Cruz in right. Moreland, Kinsler, and Andrews up the middle with Michael Young at third base. Giovanni Soto catching Derek Holland here this evening. A swing and a foul down by Carrera. Just able to stay alive at a ball and 2 strikes. Last 11 games, Carrera suffering through some down times with the offensive output. 1-2 pitch. Call strike 3. Holland nailed down that outside corner with a fastball, and he strikes out the first man he faces here tonight.
Well, it looked like a borderline strike right at the bottom of the strike zone, right on the corner. Derek gets the call, and that's a call a pitcher wants to get, too. And you see it touching exactly where he was aiming. A good call by home plate umpire Mark Carlson. You're a pitcher, you feel like if you're going to pitch a great game, that's a call that you want to get.
And there's Mark Carlson behind the plate, along with Angel Hernandez, Ed Hickox, and Chris Conroy. First around to third. Brent Lillibridge takes ball one. Lillibridge, the shortstop tonight, hitting just a $190. He has had good numbers against Derek Holland, 3 for 7. Chops this one to the right side. Nice convenient hop for Ian Kinsler. 2 gone. So Holland gets a couple of quick outs on a strikeout and a chopper to the right side. That'll bring up Jason Kipnis. Now the Indians coming in having lost 5 straight ball games. They've only won 3 of their last 10. They are 4-6 in September. The Manny Acta's team has gone just 15-43 since the All-Star break. They are now 17.5 games behind the front-running White Sox in that Central Division. First pitch to Kipnis is a little bit low for ball 1. Kipnis tied for the team lead with those 65 RBIs. You can see he's fared well against Derek Holland. Gets fisted here, chops one down to Moreland right at the bag, and Mitch just stepped on first. A very easy 1-2-3 inning. Well done by Derek Holland and his Ranger teammates. A half inning in the books. Indians nothing. Rangers coming up on Fox Sports Southwest. Derek Holland disposed of the Indians in the top of the first. Now the Rangers come to bat in the bottom half of the initial frame. And here's Ron Washington's lineup. Ian Kinsler leads off. He's at second. Elvis Andrus is the shortstop. David Murphy bats third tonight in place of Josh Hamilton. Adrian Beltre back in the lineup, DHing tonight and batting cleanup. Nelson Cruz in right field hits fifth. Michael Young at third base is the sixth hitter. Mitch Moreland is at first. The catcher is Giovanni Soto. He bats eighth, and hitting ninth, playing center field, Leonis Martin. And 24-year-old right-hander Zach McAllister fires strike one to Ian Kinsler.
McAllister's 5-7. His ERA went up in his start against the Rangers. 14 earned runs in his last 12 innings.
Chopper right at the bag at third, and Hanahan able to handle Kinsler's chopper. There's one away.
Opponents 15 for 15 in stolen base attempts against him. Problem he had in his start against the Rangers a couple of starts ago. He gave up 4 home runs, pitched 5 innings, gave up 11 hits and 7 runs. Before that, he'd been throwing the ball pretty well, but Rangers got a lot of pitches out over the plate and just really hit the ball out of the ballpark against him over 5 innings. Former third-round pick by the Yankees, acquired a couple of years ago by the Indians.
One away here in the bottom of the first. Elvis Andrus steps in. And the first pitch to him is a strike from McAllister. Andrus has hit safely in both of these contests and 31 straight games against the Cleveland Indians to open his career. 1 ball, 1 strike. Elvis for the season a .297 hitter with 3 home runs, and he has driven in 54. Rangers, in contrast to the Indians, 7-4 in September. Chopper slowly hit to short. Lillibridge off balance throw is on the money, and Elvis is retired, so 2 ground balls and 2 outs. I'll show you the rest of the Indians defense. Rotino in left, Carrera in center, Neal is in right field. Laporta at first, Kipnis and Lillibridge up the middle, Hanahan at third, and Lou Marson gets the start behind the plate, handling Zach McAllister. Murphy at the plate hitting .317, and a big night last night. 3-hit ball game. .397 on base percentage for Murph. 0-1 pitch, and that's a bit high. David, 13 home runs, 54 RBI. And McAllister back. Gets a strike call at the knees on the outside corner.
That's the same pitch Derek got for strike 3 to Carrera. Same part of the plate.
You see the on-base percentage leaders in the American League. Joe Mauer still atop the heap. A swinging strike 3, and Murphy is gone. And like his counterpart, Derek Holland, Zach McAllister sends the Rangers down in order. We've finished 1. No score in Arlington on Fox Sports Southwest. The top of inning number 2 here in Arlington. A very comfortable evening. Temperature in the mid-70s right now with a cloud cover. Breeze drifting out towards center field. And Derek Holland ready to go to work. Carlos Santana, the DH and cleanup man, will start things off. And Santana tired of waiting and backs out. Santana, a .246 hitter, but he has had very good success against Derek Holland, including a home run in Derek's last outing against Cleveland at Progressive Field. 1-0 pitch. Good changeup. A ball and a strike to Santana. Switch hitting catcher, first baseman, DH up there from the right side.
More power on the road, better average at home.
That breaking ball is all the way to the backstop, and the count goes to 2-1.
Derek sporting the old-fashioned white socks with red stirrup socks on top of them and the pants pulled up. That's a look going back to the 70s.
And he misses inside. 3-1 now to Santana. Derek okays the sign. To the wind he goes. And the pitch looped into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Now Santana, in a hitter's count, got jammed, but strong enough to shovel it out into right field for a leadoff single. And let's welcome Jim Knox in. Jim.
All right, thank you, Buzz. Ranger fans looking for the sweep tonight, right? You bet. Community Corner this evening. It is North Texas Giving Day, and that's right, Ranger fans, make your donations count. Log on to DonorBridgeTex.org, and your donations tonight will be matched. The proceeds go to the Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation, helping out the great kids in North Texas. Buzz?
Thanks, Jim. Vinny Rotino is the hitter, and Rotino takes Pitch out of the strike zone for ball one. Rutino called up on August the 1st by the Indians when Travis Hafner had to go back on the disabled list. He takes inside. It's 2-0. Rutino was optioned back on the 4th of August when Hafner came off that paternity list. It was not the disabled list. And he was recalled on September the 4th. High and inside, it's 3 balls and no strikes. So Giovanni Soto going to go out and have a little talk with Derek Holland.
Well, you couldn't be much better than Derek was for 3 batters in the first inning. But he fell behind Santana 3-0. He's fallen behind Rotino, now 3-0. 3-1 to Santana, 3-0 to Rotino.
Derek has talked about striving to be more consistent, and this is a pretty good snapshot of what he was talking about, where you have a very easy 9-pitch first inning, and he throws a strike here, and then you come out and go 3-1 on the first 2 hitters the next inning, almost without explanation. Santana, the runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Chopper at home plate, that got a pretty good piece of Rutino, and the count is now 3-2. Rutino hit .297 with AAA affiliate of the Cleveland Indians this year. Had a very good minor league year. Payoff pitch, high in the air to left field. Murphy started back, now moving to his left toward the alley, makes the catch. Back to first goes Santana. That is out number 1. So a good job by Derek Holland, falling behind 3-0 and then coming back with 3 straight strikes to get the fly ball out. The 1 gone, Matt Laporta, first baseman, will step to the plate. As Tom and I have talked about this Cleveland Indians lineup, at least the one that was used the majority of the year, very heavy left-handed. And what Manny Acta has done with a lot of the double and AAA call-ups in September is fortify the right side of the lineup. So he's starting guys like Laporta and Rutino, Thomas Neal, getting them in the lineup to not give the left-handers such an advantage. First ball swinging, a fly ball to right is taken care of by Nelly Cruz. That's out number 2.
Yeah, in this particular game, you've got Chu and Brantley. Brantley's hurt a little bit. Both left-hand hitters aren't in the game. Asdrubal Cabrera is a switch hitter. He's not in the game. So they're not trotting out their strongest lineup tonight, whether it's a left-hand pitcher or a right-hand pitcher. I think they're probably in September, Buzz, getting a look at some of the players that got called up, giving them a chance to face some lefties.
Sure. Here's Thomas Neal. And Holland throws a strike on the inside corner.
Well, Giovanni went out there when the count went to 3-0 on Rotino. Whatever he said registered with Derek, because he's thrown all strikes since then.
0-1 pitch. Out of play to the right. The mark of a good catcher is knowing not only when to go out to the mound, but what to say when you get out there. Some guys you have to chew on a little bit, and some guys you have to pump up and reassure them they're okay and their stuff's good. And it's like Giovanni Soto's found the knack with Holland. A good fastball in on Thomas Neal, and he fights it off foul. It's kind of like being a coach. You know, no matter what, pitching coach, hitting coach, whatever. When you're dealing with guys, you've got a bunch of different personalities, and some guys need to be patted on the back, and some guys need to be kicked in the hindquarters. Holland ready, and again the 0-2 pitch. Got it right on the fist, and a little two-hopper down to Mitch Moreland. That'll do a good job by Derek Holland to bounce back. And he has done it here in the second inning. No runs a hit, 1 left. No score after 1.5 on Fox Sports Southwest. The Rangers and Indians are scoreless here in the bottom of the second inning. Weekday afternoon promo. The next Thursday home game at Rangers Ballpark, September 27th. Rangers hosting the Oakland A's. It's a 1:05 start. You can book your vacation day now to support your Rangers in the Western Division showdown against the Athletics. For tickets, go to TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS. Adrian Beltre leading things off, and he takes a fastball strike. Beltre, a home run last night. Mr. September in the last 2 years, and this year he has been Mr. June, July, August, and September for the Rangers. He has just gone crazy. 32 home runs. That ties his second best mark of his career. He had 32 last year also. Look at that, since August the 20th. Takes that off-speed pitch. It's a strike, 1-2 now, as he faces McAllister. Beltre homered off McAllister in that matchup on getaway day in Cleveland a couple of weeks ago. 1-2 pitch, hard hit, a base hit to left field.
Well, he saw a changeup, and he was ready for the next one. He's in one of those streaks where he's waiting on the changeup and timing it, and he's right on the fastball. It's really nothing you can throw him right now unless you make a good pitch with it. You throw it out over the plate, it doesn't matter what kind of a pitch it is, he's going to hit it hard. That changeup came back toward the inside part of the plate. And from McAllister's point of view, the good thing was he didn't get it up in the air.
Well, Beltre aboard with the leadoff single here in the second. First base runner for the Rangers. Here's Nelly Cruz. Rips the first pitch foul to the right, and it's 0-1. Cruz at .254, and his average has been dropping substantially over the last couple of weeks. Nelly in his last 18 ball games hitting just .164. 0-1 pitch. And it's 0-2 as McAllister gets that 92-mile-an-hour fastball in the inside corner. See, Nelly just 2 for his last 27 trips to the plate. 0-2 pitch on the way.
Even though the Rangers knocked McAllister around a little bit in Cleveland, 11 hits, 7 runs, 4 home runs in 5 innings, he's actually thrown the ball well this year. He's had, in 13 of his 18 starts, he's given up 3 earned runs or less. He's been pretty consistent, and anybody can have a bad day. And that day against the Rangers, he faced a hot team and made a couple of bad pitches, and they made him pay for it.
This is outside with a breaking ball. 1-2 now. One thing about McAllister, he is not afraid to throw strikes. He does not walk a lot of people. Has a good selection of pitches to work with. 1-2 pitch to Cruz. Just off the outside corner. The count is even. McAllister at 6'6", 240 pounds, a pretty imposing figure on the mound. He was the third-round draft pick of the Yankees back in 2006 out of Chillicothe High School in Illinois. Came over to the Cleveland Indians as part of a trade in 2010. High and tight, and Nelly Cruz now has worked the count full after being down in it 0-2. So Cruz trying to continue things here in the second inning. He'll be followed by the Ranger third baseman Michael Young, getting ready in the on-deck circle. Marson flashing the signs out, and McAllister's ready. Payoff pitch. Out of play to the right. Now, in case you happen to miss it this afternoon, the Angels shut out Oakland, and they avoided a 4-game sweep. 6-0 the final out in Anaheim. Jared Weaver starting that ball game. First time he'd pitched in a couple weeks. Again, the 3-2. And again fouled off. And Nelly having some pretty good rips against McAllister.
Just can't quite connect. A lot of those foul balls are being fouled off the good part of the bat, just not the center of the bat.
Those are the updated standings of the American League West. Ron Washington's club, 3.5 games the advantage now over Oakland. Got him swinging. Pulled the string, and Cruz out in front of it. McAllister gets his second strikeout. One away here in the second for Michael Young.
Well, he threw him a bunch of fastballs, and he went to the slider on that 3-2 pitch and got Nelly to miss it.
So here's Michael stepping to the plate with a modest 2-game hitting streak going. An average of 265 and reached the 60 RBI plateau. Breaking ball is wide of the mark. It's 1 ball and no strikes. You see Michael Young those 3 home runs. He joins Beltre and Hamilton as the trio of Rangers that have that many this month. Outside corner, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Young was 1 for 3 off McAllister in that matchup in Cleveland. Beltre the lead from first, albeit a modest one. Being held on by Matt Laporta as McAllister sets. And Young shoots it foul into the second deck on the right side. A ball and 2 strikes. Rangers with the best record in the American League at 85-57. And that has been the case, having the best record in the American League for some 18 days now. Make that 22 days now. And Young shoots another one foul down the right side.
A lot of foul balls against McAllister so far.
And there are the best records in the American League. Top 2 belong to the Western Division Rangers and Oakland. Baltimore, New York. Our 3rd and 4th. McAllister's 1-2. And Young skies one to right center field. Hit pretty well. Chasing Neal back. And he stops well short of the track to put it away. Back to first goes Beltre. There are now 2 outs for Mitch Moreland. Well, fans, to celebrate 40 years of baseball in the Metroplex, Metro PCS is giving away 40 Samsung 4G LTE phones. Enter to win at all participating locations. Metro PCS is wireless for all. So 2 gone. Adrian Beltre still at first after that leadoff single, and Mitch Moreland will step in. Mitch hitting .287 since coming back off the disabled list. Batting average had been up as high as the low 290s. Now he's back down to just a tick below 280. Shoots one to left field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Beltre to second will stop there. And Mitch Moreland going the other way against Zach McAllister has the second Ranger hit of the inning and of the night.
Yeah, Mitch is very capable of using the whole field. And when they put that shift on against him like that, when he gets the pitch out away from him, he can drive it the other way. That didn't really matter where the shift was. It's a line drive. It had it been a ground ball in that direction, you can see all the room on the left side of the infield. He would have grounded it into left field for a hit.
A 2 on, 2 out. Here's Giovanni Soto now. Soto had his 17th RBI as a Ranger last night with a sacrifice fly. And McAllister's pitch has the outside corner for a strike. Giovanni in his 34th game in a Ranger uniform. He has been handling yeoman duty as far as the catching spot is concerned. It's the next pitch foul out of play down the right. Good news on Mike Napoli. They anticipate Nap will be ready to step back in and help out behind the plate over the weekend. Napoli is slated to play tomorrow with the Rough Riders in Frisco as they continue their playoff series. Napoli caught all 9 innings last night, had a home run, threw out a potential base stealer. 0-2 pitch, and Soto takes it high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And in the meantime, Giovanni Soto handling the majority of the catching chores. This is 26th start behind the plate in the last 32 games. Call strike 3. Sinking fastball to the outside corner. And McAllister works around a couple of singles. Rangers strand 2 on those 2 hits. We're going to the third. It's the Indians nothing, the Rangers nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Head to your Texas Ford dealer and drive the best in Texas. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. A lot of Ranger red in the ballpark tonight. Scoreless game as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. And Lou Marson, the number 8 hitter, leads things off. Derek Holland misses low and inside to the Cleveland catcher for ball 1. Marson at .228. You can see he's had 10 at-bats against Derek Holland. 1 base hit in those 10 trips to the plate. And Holland gets a high strike. It's 1-1.
The highest batting average in the Indians lineup is Kipnis, .255. The only one with a lot of at-bats really in the lineup. Santana's got a few at-bats. He's hitting .246.
Yeah, and as you were talking about, Tom, the combination of some injuries, Cabrera and Michael Brantley, plus wanting to see some of those young guys play. It's not your typical Indians lineup that you would see, say, in July and August.
No, they weren't playing good with their best lineup.
Yeah.
So it stands to reason they're going to be struggling with their less than good lineup.
2-2, the count to Marson. Chopper toward third. It's dropped by Michael, retrieves but has no play. Michael trying to cut that off in front of Elvis Andrus. Had to go off the tip of his glove, and we'll see how that is ruled. That's going to be ruled a base hit, and you can see why. Michael, even had he caught that ball, would have had to make a full 360-degree spin and throw. So the second hit of the night for the Cleveland Indians, the second leadoff hit for him. Had a leadoff hit from Carlos Santana last inning. 1 on, nobody out. Here's Jack Hanahan, and the first pitch hits him. So Derek Holland working to one of the left-handed hitters in the lineup, Hanahan, hit him with the first pitch. And that puts runners at first and second with nobody out, and a very good bunter in Ezekiel Carrera coming to the plate.
Kind kind of a careless pitch that got away from Derek right there. You got a left-hand hitter batting ninth up there. Just let one get away.
Conference on the mound. Young, Andrus, and Soto talking with Derek Holland. And they get the bunt defense squared away here as Carrera steps in. Speedy center fielder has tried to bunt a couple times in this series. Hasn't had any success with it yet. He's around to bunt here and bunts it right out in front of home plate. Soto going to have to hurry and just did get him.
Wow. Soto called off Holland. And probably a good thing he did. I don't know if Derek could have gotten there in time and turned and thrown and got Carrera. Runs really well going to first base. But that was a good heads-up play by Soto, who called him off, fielded it, going more toward first base than Derek would have been. Tough play because it's right in the middle, really. Very nice play by Soto, though, to make sure they got one out.
Well, the sacrifice goes 2-3. Runners now at second and third. Rangers will play the infield back with one out. Brent Lillibridge is the hitter. A strike on the inside corner. Lillibridge grounded out to second back in the first inning.
And Derek had 11 strikeouts in his last start. He could use one right here.
Holland working from the stretch with Marson at third, Hanahan at second. 0-2 the count. Now you put yourself in a position to get that strikeout. Now you want to come up with a pitch in a location that you're pretty confident that if you execute it, you're going to get the punch out. Derek nodding his head as Giovanni Soto saying something to him, indicating he needed to go after Lillibridge right here. 0-2 pitch. Just missed a little bit low, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Holland peering in for the sign. Soto flashing the series of signs with that runner at second base. That's Hanahan. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging.
That's just what you're looking for. He was going for the strikeout, and he got Lillibridge to swing at his pitch, and he got the strikeout.
Good breaking ball. The back foot hook from Derek Holland.
Got him to chase the breaking ball.
A very important strikeout for Holland. Now with 2 outs, you can go after the left-handed hitter Gipnis. See if you can get him out. Be careful in there. It's ball 1. Gipnis got jammed the first time up and rolled out to Mitch Moreland at first base. I mentioned Gipnis and Santana tied for the team lead with those 65 RBI. And Holland throws a strike. 1-1 the count. Gipnis doing a pretty good job with runners in scoring position, hitting some 50 points higher than his regular average. Takes that breaking ball outside, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Say the positioning of the left side of the Ranger infield, and the right side over there. Gipnis, a roller out to short. Elvis unloads in a hurry and gets Gipnis. Good job by Holland and his teammates, working around a first and second no out situation in the third. 2.5 in the books. No score, Rangers and Indians. Packs are available and upper or lower reserved when the Rangers host the division rival A's. That's September the 24th through the 27th. You'll save up to 50% on 4 tickets, hot dogs, and Cokes. Plus, you get 2 kids-owned wristbands and 1 souvenir program. Order online at TexasRangers.com/family. Leonis Martin leading off a bunt out towards second. Kipnis retrieves and throws in a hurry to get Martin just a little bit too hard. Good idea by Leonis leading off this 3rd inning for the Rangers. Kipnis made a nice play charging straight in.
He got it in the right direction. Got too much wood on it. Got some birthday wishes. Damus Lamas from Frisco, Texas, 92 years old. Beverly Alvarado from Lubbock has a birthday today. Best wishes for her birthday from daughter Savannah Gomez. And number 82 for David Wellborn from Longview, Texas. Happy birthday, Ranger fans. Hope you're watching.
Ian Kinsler, a ground ball to third as he led off the game for the Rangers tonight. Takes a strike at the knees. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Ian. Kinsler has hit safely in both games against the Indians in this series. Goes to right field, now make that 3 straight games against the Tribe. Kinsler, a 1-out single is aboard. Elvis Andrews coming up. And right now, let's head back to our Fox Sports Southwest studios for a Mazda game break. Here's John Radigan. John? All right, John, thank you. The Athletics had their 6-game winning streak halted and their 12-game road winning streak halted this afternoon. Here's Andrews, who grounded a short. And he takes strike 1, and this is second at bat against Zach McAllister. Elvis with that batting average at .296. Good speed at first with Kinsler, and Lou Marson has had a very tough time throwing the opposition out. He's throwing out fewer than 10% of opposing base runners. And Kinsler back standing.
Well, we gave a stat. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was base stealers are 15 for 15 against Zach McAllister. So with McAllister on the mound, nobody's thrown anybody out.
Yeah, and you can kind of understand, too, as you look at the opponent's average, that goes up dramatically the second time around the batting order. But McAllister, a big guy, and it takes him a little while to unwind going to home plate. Kinsler, a pretty good lead at first, and McAllister will toss that way again.
How much time do pitchers in general, Buzz, spend on their move to first base?
Not nearly enough.
It just seems like it's such an important part of their game that it would be something they work on every day.
It should be. It should be. And that's one thing that's kind of gone by the wayside. Now the guys that have good pickoff moves are the only ones that work on them.
Yeah.
Instead of the guys that, you try to figure out ways. It's almost like some guys give up when they get a runner on base. Well, he beat me. No, I didn't beat you. You still have opportunities to get him out, or at least keep him from turning a walk or a base hit into a double or triple by stealing a couple bases. 0-2, and a slow chopper out to second. Tagging and throwing to first for the double play is Kipnis. Kinsler tried to beat Kipnis past the ball and couldn't do it. It goes as a 4-3 double play. The Ranger third comes to a close. No runs a hit, nobody left. We are scoreless after 3 in Arlington. The Rangers and the Indians on Fox Sports Southwest. Well, your Ford game summary tonight, a lot of goose eggs up there. Indians and Rangers scoreless. Top of the fourth inning. Holland, a couple of hits and 2 strikeouts. McAllister, 3 hits and 3 strikeouts. Both of them through 3 innings. Just 1 pitch difference between the two of them through their 3 innings of work. Holland ready to go. Carlos Santana leading off the 4th inning. And Derek drops a breaking ball in for strike 1. Santana led off the 2nd with a single to right field. And that's as far as he got. He was stranded right there after the next 3 hitters were disposed of very efficiently by Holland. Change up a bit low, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's low and inside. 2-1 to Santana. Santana, very good eye at the plate. He's not opposed at all to taking a walk. He's approaching 80 walks for the season as he looks at the pitch inside. It's now 3-1. He's 5th in the American League, coming in with 76 walks. 3-1 pitch. Chopper towards short. Elvis in rhythm, fires right on the money, and Santana is disposed of. Let's head down and say hello again to Emily Jones. Em?
Well, guys, as you talked about, Derek Holland, he's 3-0 with a no decision mixed in there in his last 4 starts, and that no decision may have been his best outing. 8 innings against Tampa Bay, striking out 11. He says he does feel he is in quite the groove.
I felt like I've been in it for a while, to be honest with you. It's just sometimes, numbers don't exactly show how it is, but overall I think I've really done a good job of attacking the zone and going after the hitters with my fastball, and I feel like the command has just gotten better and better each time I've gone out.
And obviously no better time than now for things to be clicking for Derek Holland. You guys alluded to his postseason performance last season, obviously looking for more of that in the 2012 edition of the playoffs, guys.
All right, Emily, yeah, we'd love to see Derek in the postseason. Love to see him in the World Series again. And that would mean all of his teammates are there with him. 1-1 pitch, line, Michael Young to the ground and comes up with it. Great imitation of Adrian Beltre.
That ball's hit hard, too. Rotino tomahawked that thing. Thought he had a base hit, too. Unfortunately for him, Michael Young dove and made the nice play right here. Nice play. That ball was by him. He had to reach back toward the outfield to catch that ball.
I would imagine you'll hear something from Adrian when he goes back into the dugout.
Yeah, is your left shoulder okay?
Yeah, something like that. First pitch to Matt Laporta is off the plate inside. So 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Laporta, a fly ball to right field, back in the 2nd. Hitting just 171 in limited playing time. Off speed, and that finds the mark. 1 ball, 1 strike. Holland staying right on top of the pitching rubber in between pitches. 1-1 pitch, and that's off the plate. 2-1. Laporta spent almost the entire season down at AAA Columbus. Hit .264 down there. 19 home runs and 62 RBI. And he looks at a strike here to even the count.
And Derek's starting to throw all his pitches now. Curveball, slider, changeup, and his fastball for strikes.
Laporta out and adjusting his batting glove, seeing if he can get his mind in the right spot. And Holland to the wide, the 2-2 pitch. Broken bat, looper to left field, a base hit right in the hole between Young and Andrews. And Laporta, it probably cost him a bat, but he'll take it for the base hit. He is aboard with 2 outs with Thomas Neal coming up.
And Derek got that ball way in on his fists. He was just fighting this ball off. Get out of there. And he just found a hole. Didn't hit it very hard, but good pitch by Derek. One of those pitches where you give up a base hit, but you're pretty happy with the pitch that you made.
Now Thomas Neal steps in, grounded out to first, his first time to the plate, and lines this one to right center field. That's going to be down and be trouble as around second, headed for third is Laporta. Neal settles for a single, but the Indians with 2 outs now putting together something. They have runners at the corners for Lou Marson.
The Indians had the first 2 men on in the 3rd inning. They were sacrificed to second and third. They couldn't score. 2 outs. Derek gets Marson right here, and no damage done. Thought that ball might sneak into the gap. If it rolls to the wall, it's a run. Nelly was able to cut it off, though.
Well, here's Marson. Had an infield hit his first time up there. Holland's first pitch. It was a knee-high strike on the inside corner. Marson, his average has been coming up in the last couple of months of play, unlike most of his Indian teammates. Marson has hit almost 260 in his last 40 games, even though the season-long batting average just 230. Backup catcher for Carlos Santana. And Holland will go to first base with a toss. One ball, one strike, the count. Runners at the corners, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. A scoreless ball game, and Holland trying to keep it that way. That's fouled down the right field side and well back out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. The crowd getting a little noise going here as Chuck Morgan, the Rangers director of in-park entertainment, asking them to do so, and they respond. Holland peering in for the sign from Soto. The left-hander has the one he wants. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball got him swinging. Holland a strikeout to end the 4th inning. The Indians strand runners at first and third on a couple of hits. 3.5 innings in the books. Rangers nothing, Indians nothing on Fox Sports Southwest.
Guest, this is Cody Canada from the band Departed, and Cody got to sing the national anthem. A tough song. What was that like?
Well, you know, it was. It's always intimidating because I've seen so many people mess it up. But you know, it was. I almost psyched myself out there at the very first, but we did it. Now, it's an honor to do it, and we'll do it again if we get asked so.
There you go. Now, Cody's a big-time Ranger fan. He resides in New Braunfels. Now, understand, let's see, tomorrow night you're in Oklahoma playing, then you're back in Dallas. Where do you play then?
We're playing the Dallas Brew Fest on Saturday night, Tahlequah, Oklahoma tomorrow night, and then back home for a few days and back out again.
There you go. Cody, good to see you. Good to have you out here. Appreciate it, Buzz.
All right, Jim, thank you. Now, David Murphy leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Rangers. Need Murphy, Beltre, and Cruz to face McAllister. Murph loops one to left field, and now backing up Rotino. Murphy hit that ball a little further than the swing would normally indicate, but he's an out to start the inning. Now, the AT&T trivia question for tonight. We will ask you, who are the only 3 players since 2000 to hit for the cycle in natural order? That means, a single, first, double, triple, and home run. Only 3 players have done that since 2000. Here's Adrian Beltre. Singled his first time to the plate, and he's going to single this time as he bangs one right back up the middle against Zach McAllister. 2 for 2 for Beltre.
He just hits it where it's pitched. If you throw him in, he'll pull it. If you throw him out in the middle of the plate, he'll drive it back through the middle. Right on everything.
Does he qualify as being extremely hot right now?
Yeah, I think so. I think he does. The only one hotter than Adrian is his son.
Oh, wow.
We were watching Adrian pitch to his son when no one was on the field early this afternoon. Had him out in center field. His son was going deep, boy, hitting him up on Greens Hill, one right after the other.
And just a little guy.
That kid can hit, boy.
Yeah, he can. Looks like the bat's bigger than he is.
He doesn't get cheated, though. He takes a healthy swing.
I was a little bit disappointed, though, that he didn't go down to one knee. He doesn't have that down yet.
Adrian's probably taught him, don't do what I do.
Just try to get the same results, though. 1-0 the count to Cruz. And now 2-0 as McAllister misses high. Cruz struck out on a 3-2 pitch. Good slider from McAllister, his first time. Beltre has short lead at first as McAllister sets. Cruz going to right field. Hit pretty well. Going back. It is off the wall. Well played on the carry on the throw to second. Not in time. Beltre stops at third. And Nelly Cruz hit it right over the head of Thomas Neal for an opposite field double. And the Rangers have runners at second and third with one out for Michael Young.
Well, the Rangers have hit a lot of balls well into the gaps that have been run down by Indian outfielders. And when Nelly hit that one, oh boy, here we go again. But he hit this one a little bit harder than most of them. Most of the ones that have been caught anyway. And he shot it right over Neal's head. Neal never really had a chance. That ball was hit too hard. Bottom of the wall.
Well, the first real good scoring opportunity now for the Rangers in this game. They are 0 for 1 so far tonight with runners in scoring position. But Michael up there, runners at second and third. Going to right field. It is down for a base hit. Beltre will score. Cruz is being held at third. And Michael Young with the RBI single. The Rangers jump on top 1-0.
Well, Michael didn't waste any time. First pitch he saw. He does what he does when he's swinging the bat well, and that's line drives into right field.
Young with his 61st RBI of the year.
Good shot for Mitch right here with a man on third base and less than 2 outs.
Now the pitching coach Ruben Niebla is going to head out to the mound to have a chat with Zach McAllister and virtually the entire Indian infield. Mitch Moreland, the hitter. Rangers now 1 for 2 tonight with runners in scoring position. Michael Young getting the job done there. Michael's been on a pretty good RBI tear in the last several weeks. The home runs, etc. Let's head down to Emily Jones very quickly. Em?
Well, guys, as you know, it can be a long season, and conducting interviews day in and day out can be a bit challenging. So I kind of have to barter sometimes with the guys, and here's what resulted with Nelson Cruz yesterday. Do you think Elvis's nose is bigger at home?
I think today it should be bigger. He caught his hair, so maybe, definitely look bigger today than the other days.
So here's how the conversation went down yesterday. I said, Nelson, dos preguntas, por favor. He said no. I said, please. He said no. I said, please. He said, only if we can talk about Elvis's nose. I said, deal. That's how we worked it out.
Good.
That's pretty easy one to agree to.
Sounds like a deal to me. Yeah, when you're dealing with somebody else's features, that's not a problem. Oh.
I'll answer 2 questions if I can talk about Elvis's nose. Okay?
Yeah, sure, why not?
What about it?
Yeah. Moreland waiting. The 1-0 pitch coming from McAllister. Other way, line drive is short hop to second for 1. The throw to first is high and into the Ranger dugout. Nelly Cruz will trot down the line to score. It is 2-0 on a throwing error by Lillibridge, the shortstop.
That looked like it was a very unusual play. I thought he caught it in the air at first.
I did too.
He short hopped it evidently. Looked like it was going to be a simple double play. But the bad throw to first base allows the Rangers to pick up another run.
Lillibridge's shortstop in the overshift had to take the throw at second from third base. Now, that could mess you up a little bit. We'll have to ask Mark McLemore about that, about being in an overshift and getting a ball from a different angle as a shortstop than you normally would, whether it might throw you off mentally and then lead to a physical error. Lillibridge shaking his head. He's had 3 errors now in this series. No RBI on that play, but it does get in a run, a fielder's choice, and an error on the throw by Lillibridge. And the reaction from McAllister. He needed to be over there at first base. He's 6'6". He could have gotten up and maybe gotten the glove on that. In any event, Rangers on top 2-0 as they score here in the 4th inning. Moreland at second base. A count of no balls and 2 strikes to Giovanni Soto. And now Marson going to go out and have a talk with McAllister. Conversation finished pretty quickly. And now Giovanni getting back into the batter's box. McAllister in the 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Up the ladder went McAllister, and Giovanni couldn't get there. 4th strikeout of the night for McAllister, but the Rangers score a couple of times on 3 hits and an error. They strand 1. We're going to the 5th inning in Arlington. The Rangers 2, the Indians nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. The AT&T trivia question, the only 3 players since 2000 to hit for the cycle In natural order, single through home run, the answers would be Jose Valentin of the White Sox, Brad Wilkerson for Montreal, and Gary Matthews Jr. did it for the Rangers back in '06. As we head to the top of the fifth, joining us, as he likes to do, I'm going to say that, assuming that he likes to do it, Mark McLemore, co-host of Rangers Live.
Maybe he has to do it.
Yeah.
All right, we won't go there.
Have to
I'll
rewrite your contract.
There we go. There we go.
Well, anyway, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
You got it.
I had a question for you on the throwing error by Lillibridge. Playing shortstop, having to cover the bag and take a throw from third. Is it possible that can mess up your timing when you've got a shortstop mentality going?
It definitely can. That throw from a shortstop, making that pivot, it's sometimes difficult for that shortstop to do it because he's not used to seeing or not seeing the runner. He's used to seeing that runner all the time, and all of a sudden you whip around and there he is. It can be a little unsettling to a shortstop that's turning that second base pivot. So it does mess with some guys.
Now, he looked very high. Nobody was near him when he made the pivot, and it looked like he was kind of on eggshells.
Yeah, that timing just wasn't. The timing wasn't there. He just looked extremely uncomfortable. He thought the runner was going to be right on top of him, so he kind of threw it high to not hit the runner that wasn't really there.
Jack Hanahan starting things off. The 1-2 pitch to him is wide of the mark. Holland now with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Derek about ready to load up his 63rd pitch of the night. Got him swinging. Away with the off-speed pitch, and Hanahan becomes the 4th strikeout victim for Holland. And that's how the 5th inning gets underway. Now back to the top of the order.
They're utilizing his breaking ball well, getting a lot of his strikeouts with it. Both curveball and slider.
Ezekiel Carrera 0 for 1. He's going to try and bunt his way aboard, and the ball came up and hit him in foul territory, says the umpire. That's Mark Carlson out there and making the call vehemently so everybody understood what was going on. That'll be strike one. Giovanni Soto jawing with Carlson a little bit, good-natured jawing. And he's going to go out and talk to Derek Holland. Concerned you a little bit last night, Mac, with both Hamilton and Beltre going out until we found out today there's nothing major. There's a little anguish going on.
I wasn't too concerned about either one of them really, especially Beltre, because he stayed in and he was trying to talk his way or keep his way in the lineup last night.
Now, the play we were talking about with Lillibridge covering second base as the shortstop, our Coors Light freeze cam. And in the overshift, the shortstop has to take the throw from third base. And that's probably not something you practice very much, is it?
It's really not. When you're taking it from second base, you're on the other side of the bag. There from shortstop, he came and he was standing there on the backside. So it's a little awkward for him to take it from third base. It's just a tough play all around, but it's still a play. If you ask him, he'd say, I can make that play with my eyes closed.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the only thing he's ever played is shortstop.
Right.
He's played around a little bit, but I'm sure that's not something you anticipate happening all that often, so you're not quite mentally into it either.
No, I mean, you'll line up in that situation a few times throughout the course of the year, depending on the batter, obviously, and for the play to actually come to fruition,
Yeah, what are the odds, right?
Yeah, so I'm sure he hasn't done that before.
Yeah, it's created a tough series for Lillibridge. He has 4 errors now in this series. Holland working on the speedy Carrera at first base, a couple of pickoff throws. Meanwhile, Lillibridge 0 for 2 tonight. Last 6 ball games, he's swinging the bat pretty well, getting that average up. He lays off the high fastball. 1-1 the count from Holland. Rangers on a pretty good roll at home. 20 games over 500 here in the friendly confines. They come in tonight at 45-25. Good changeup from Holland. It's 1-2.
Drops that right on the outside corner. Got the swing and a miss.
The 1-on, 1-out, a 1-ball, 2-strike count to the number 2 hitter, Brenton Littlebridge. Ezekiel Carrera at first base after his single, and a pitch out with no action going. Carrera, along with Coach Tom Wiedenbauer over there, looking over to third base coach Steve Smith, former Ranger coach. Now the 2-2 in the dirt. Soto does a good job of blocking that, and the count has gone full.
He got Littlebridge to chase the breaking ball in the dirt for probably Derek's biggest out of the game. Men on second and third, and only 1 out. Threw him a curveball down and out of the strike zone, and Littlebridge swung and missed at it.
Now we'll see if Maniacta lets Carrera take off with his 3-2 pitch. Holland's going to make sure that he doesn't get a walking lead. He makes a toss over there. Holland okays the sign. Just a little bit low. It's ball 4. And Holland loses Littlebridge on a 3-2 pitch. That puts runners at first and second with Jason Kipnis coming up.
Could have been close enough.
Well, the first walk of the game issued by Derek Holland to go along with a hit batter and 4 strikeouts. So first and second, Kipnis at the plate, 0 for 2, a couple of groundouts. Holland's first pitch misses with a breaking ball, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. With the exception of the first inning, Derek really hasn't had an easy inning. 1-0 pitch, line to right field. Cruz in a hurry, makes the grab, and both base runners able to get back to the bag. But Nelly Cruz, a good break on that ball. Good jump and a good catch for out number 2.
That's one of those plays where it's tough to read off the bat. You don't know if it's going to go over your head or not, if he got in on him or if he hit it square on the barrel of the bat. And Nelly makes a great play, great jump, and that's why he's able to make that play, getting the jump right off the bat.
You played the outfield and the infield, Matt. Can you tell whether the balls hit off the good part of the bat better in the infield than you can in the outfield?
Definitely.
Yeah,
it's much easier in the infield.
I figured you probably could. That's the one as an outfielder that fools you. Not necessarily that one, but one where the hitter takes a big swing and hits it a little bit toward the end of the bat.
Yes.
And you say, uh-oh, I better get going for this one. And then by the time you realize he hasn't hit it that well, you have to come in. That's the one you see the outfielder take a couple of steps back, stop, and then come in for it.
Put the brakes on.
Yep.
I know you didn't ask me. I'm going to tell you from the mound. I can tell you exactly where it hit the bat.
You got a pretty good view of it.
I hope so.
Strike 1 to Carlos Santana. Santana 1 out of 2 as Carrera at second, Littlebridge at first. And Holland's next pitch misses to even the count at 1-1. Holland ready to work. Popped him up on the right side. Moreland and Kinsler. It'll be Mitch Moreland making the call and the catch. And that'll do it. So again, Derek Holland able to escape a potential trouble spot. We're halfway through the ball game. Rangers leading the Indians 2-0 on Fox Sports Southwest. dollar drink menu. 1986, Rangers with a club record 7 home runs, including 2 each by Darryl Porter and Ruben Sierra. 14-1 win over the Twins. I seem to remember that. 7 home runs anyway. Leonis Martin starting things off in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rangers leading 2-0. They about hit the Tribe tonight, 6-5. Martin tried to bunt his way aboard the first time, and he had the right idea. Bunted right at the second baseman, just a little too hard.
Any softer, it would have been a perfect bunt.
Swings here and fouls it out of play to the left. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Seven extra base hits in 12 starts. Pretty good extra base hit power for Leonis Martin. Still developing. You got to remember, he hasn't played but 1 full year in the United States. Even though he played a lot the Cuban national team. He and Yoenis Cespedes. How would you like to have those 2 guys as your center fielders? Pick one and one play one day and one play the next.
Wow.
Pretty good talent.
I got to think whoever's not playing one day is playing somewhere else the next day.
You would hope.
They got some kind of team.
Martin is swinging a miss, and the count is now full to him. Actually, Cespedes got the majority of the playing time, at least in the final year that they played together. Well, he's having a heck of a year for the Oakland A's. His 18th home run last night. To left field. On comes Rutino. And the ball hangs up for him. He makes the grab for out number 1. Let's head back to our Fox Sports Southwest studios for a Mazda CX-5 game break. Here's John Radigan. John? Thanks, John. Yeah, they are some kind of scalding hot in close games.
Yeah, you could say whatever you want about their bullpen. You win 13 extra inning games in a row, and you're lucky.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Nobody does that.
No, that's true. Those are the updated standings now. The Yankees a half game back, and they are playing tonight. Right now, they're leading Boston in the 7th inning. The Yankees have a 2-0 lead at Fenway.
Baltimore played 14 innings today. They got to go to Oakland tomorrow.
Kinsler fouls that back to the right, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Oakland's about ready to get into a little bit of a rough stretch schedule-wise for them. They play Baltimore, then they've got the Yankees.
They get a break. Orioles just played 14 innings. They have to fly 6 hours to get there. That'll work in their favor to a certain degree.
There's a Kinsler shot to the 3rd deck on the left side. Halfway up. That's pretty good distance, but we've seen him hit it up there almost off the facade. Mac, you're looking at that trying to figure out how in the world you hit a ball like that. We've been trying to figure it out too.
Well, no, I know very well. I had a teammate who used to hit it up on top and out of some stadiums that way, and that's Brian Downing.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea how he did that.
You're right. Yeah, and Kinson hits the next pitch right back up the middle for a base hit. So Kinsler 2 out of 3 tonight with that base hit. He's aboard with 1 out. Elvis Andrus coming up. Yeah, now that I remember Brian Downey doing that.
If I remember correctly, I think he got a cameraman in the old stadium here, right here on the end of the dugout as a right-handed hitter.
The home plate side of the dugout.
Yes, he pulled a fastball and it went, so being on deck behind Brian, you had to be careful.
Call for the screen. Get a batting practice screen out there for you. Woo. Last time Kinsler got aboard, it was in the 3rd inning. Elvis hit into a double play, and we'll see if Ron Washington tries to get something going here with the Rangers ahead 2-0 this time. That The third inning was a scoreless game. See if he either turns Ian loose or if put on a hit and run or try to utilize the speed at the top of the order. Big right-hander Zach McAllister comes set. Pitch out. And no action by Kinsler that time. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Ian stepping off that lead at first. Pretty good. As he dives back. I'll say a pretty good lead over there for Kinsler. He's about a half step further than he was the pitch before. McAllister set a check of Kinsler. No going this time, and Elvis takes a strike.
Elvis thought he was going. That's why he took that pitch.
Kinsler 21 out of 30 this year in the stolen base category. One and a swinging strike 2.
I like the way the two of them work together. Elvis knows that Kinsler's a base stealer, so he usually gives him a pitch to steal on, and he's not even thinking about swinging the bat because he wants Kinsler to get down to second base. So they've got a pretty good feel for one another.
Now, when you say give him a pitch, would it be a pitch or would it be a strike?
A strike.
A strike.
Yeah,
okay.
You're going to give him. You want to give that base stealer a strike to get down to second base because you don't want to put yourself in a hole, and that base stealer doesn't want to put the hitter in a hole either. So usually you'll get a strike to steal on, and once that happens, it's fair game after that.
McAllister a long hold, and the pitch to Elvis again fouled away.
Well, McAllister's doing a pretty good job of holding. Ian wants to go. Base runners are 15 for 15 against McAllister, but so far not a jump.
Well, if they're 15 for 15, he's changed something because he's
doing better, isn't he?
He's doing much better. That slide step is keeping Kins right there at first base.
And a little toss over there just as a reminder to Ian.
But I bet one of these pitches he's going to pick that leg up, do a leg kick, and Kins will be off to the races.
Waiting for the 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Fastball up and away, and Elvis couldn't make contact. He is gone for the second out. And now David Murphy will come up. Strikeout number 5 for Zach McAllister tonight. So McAllister trying to bounce back from giving up 2 runs in the 4th, although one of them was unearned. And David Murphy steps in the batter's box, 0 for 2 this evening. And McAllister again going first base way. That one picked by Laporta. And ball will get tossed out of play, and McAllister will have to rub up a new one. Rangers 2 runs on 7 hits. The Indians no runs on 5 hits tonight. Only error committed by Cleveland. It led to a Ranger run. Murphy, a shot to the right side, but Kipnis had him shaded that way. On to first, that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We have finished 5. It is 2-0 Texas. Mac, thanks for joining us. We'll look for you after the ball game on Rangers Live.
We'll see you, folks.
See you, Mac. Bye-bye.
presented annually by the National Baseball Hall of Fame for excellence in baseball broadcasting. And through October the 5th, Ranger fans can cast their votes to make Eric Nadel one of 3 fan selections on the final ballot. Click on Ford Frick Award on the homepage of TexasRangers.com and cast your ballots for Eric Nadel in his 34th year behind the microphone calling Ranger games. Vinny Rotino is starting things off for the Indians here in the top of the 6th inning. Rangers leading 2-0. Rotino robbed last time up by Michael Young. A diving stop by the Ranger third baseman tonight. Rotino looks at a strike. It's 1-1. Highland's next pitch, and that catches the inside corner. Rotino looking for his first big league hit. He's 0 for 10. His first taste of action with the Indians. That pitch is high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Holland's next offering. Off speed. That's lined by the dive of Elvis Andrus into left field for a base hit. Well, there's his first hit with the Indians at the big league level. Lead-off single here in the 6th inning.
No one's asking for the ball. Holland threw that ball into our dugout.
He was up with the Mets before, but as far as the Indians are concerned, that's his first hit.
Oh, first Indians.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 1 on, nobody out, and the pitch to Matt Laporta is high and outside. Derek Holland now up over 80 pitches this evening, 82 to be exact. Left-hander comes set, a check of Rotino. And he will go that way with his less than best move. Laporta singled to left his last time up. 1 out of 2. Also had a fly ball to right field. Holland okays the sign. And Laporta hits one well to right center field. Martin going back. He's at the track. That ball's gone. Holland gives up his 27th home run of the year. And Matt Laporta has tied this game at 2.
Well, you got the curveball up to Rotino, and then you got a fastball up and out over the plate to Laporta. Guy who was struggling is hitting 176 with 1 RBI and no home runs. That ball right up and near the center of the plate, and he drove it to the deepest part of the ballpark.
Well, we are right back where we started from, and the first pitch to Thomas Neal is sent out to the shortstop Elvis Andrus, who fires on to first. That is out number 1. So Derek flirting with some trouble in virtually every inning except the first. Finally had to come back to take a nip out of him. Now Lou Marson steps to the plate. And Holland throws a strike at the knees on the inside corner. Marson, an infield single and a strikeout. Wave and a miss, and it's 0-2. For Derek Holland, who mentioned his 27th home run that he had given up this year. That's the most on the Ranger club, and he was 6th most in the American League, coming in with 26. Ground ball snared by Holland on the glove side. Underhand flip. Marson is retired. There are 2 gone for Jack Hanahan. And for Derek, one more note on those home runs. That's his 24th home run allowed in his last 17 starts. Hanahan steps in, having been hit by a pitch, and he is struck out 0 for 1 officially. And Holland misses with the off-speed delivery. 1 ball, no strikes. Holland back to the plate. And he gets a strike on the outside corner. Breaking ball, and that's pulled well foul. Hanahan got it off the end of the bat, way out in front of it. Well, the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes.
Rangers playing Hanahan very shallow in center field. Martinez playing him where he'd be playing Ichiro. David Murphy's way over toward the line. Not counting on Hanahan hitting the ball very deep to left field.
And Holland tried to get the outside corner and just missed. 2-2. Got him swinging. No. Fouled down into and out of the glove of Giovanni Soto. We'll try it again. Hanahan getting the start at third, and he has really struggled against left-handed pitchers this year. Came in hitting just a $136. Fouls that away. He was 130 points lower than what he hits against right-handers. Two and 2 the count. Got him swinging this time. So Holland comes back to get the next 3 hitters, but that was after Matt Laporta's 2-run home run. Got the Indians all dead even in this game. We're going to the bottom of the 6th, 2-2 the score. It's time for the Sonic Slam Inning, brought to you by Sonic. Tonight, the jackpot is worth $900 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. Tonight, the Rangers are hitting for Wanda Hartley of Corsicana. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam during the inning, Wanda Hartley from Corsicana will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Adrian Beltre beginning things, takes outside for ball 1, and you were away between the halves of the 6th inning. Chuck Morgan made the announcement. Rangers have gone over 3 million tonight.
That's a pretty cool announcement. Had everybody put on their T-shirts.
Yep.
Fireworks. 3 million fans. That's, you have to have been here a while to appreciate what that means.
2-0 pitch to Beltre. Check swing, didn't mean to, and he chopped it foul to the Ranger dugout. It's 2-1. Yeah, if you told me that there was going to be 3 million, even after this ballpark was built, I would have, I would have had some doubts. Let's put it that way. Beltre chops one foul, and the count's even. But it took a lot of things to fall into place for that to happen. You had to have the ballpark here that is capable of seating that kind of crowd, 49,000 plus as it stands now. And then you had to get the product on the field that was consistent winner, in which the Rangers have been the last 3 years, making the playoffs 2 years ago, 2 years in a row, I should say. And Beltre slaps it out of play to the right. Still 2-2. The paid attendance tonight, 36,102, and that brought the season total to 3,003,143. 71 home dates. Beltre fouls that back.
It's coming in.
And
watch out, guys.
Camera people's all over the place. They're going everywhere. Bruce Harmon a little upset he didn't charge that ball.
Glad it missed the lens on his camera.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch, and that got Beltre. I think.
Might have hit his bat. Must have clicked off his bat.
Mark Carlson looking at him, sharing a half a laugh with him.
I guess it missed Beltre.
Certainly got
either that or it hit him and he didn't care.
Yeah, certainly got Mark Carlson, I can tell you that. Carlson taking a look at his forearms.
I don't know how it missed Beltre.
I don't either. Well, the count is 3-2. Yeah, Beltre trying to get the Rangers' 6th inning going here. Get well to center field, but that is right at the center fielder, Carrera. One gone. Nelson Cruz coming up. Let's say hello to Jim Knox. Jim.
All right, Buzz, during the last half inning, the big celebration happened here at the Rangers ballpark in Arlington. Fireworks shot off, and then on the scoreboard, they put up the old tote board. How many fans this season? Over 3 million. Unbelievable. That is a milestone. First time in club history. And with us now, Rick George, the COO of the Texas Rangers. What a milestone. First time in club history, over 3 million fans in a season.
Yeah, before I do that, I got to say hi to my dad who's in the hospital. Hey, Pops. Yeah, being over 3 million is a great tribute to our fans, to our ownership, to our players, to our front office staff. It's a great milestone. Very few teams achieve it. It's something we're really proud of.
Now you look at that, and we're going to be talking to the 3 millionth fan who went through the turnstiles in the next inning or so. But, Rick, I tell you what, the fans always out in full support. Of course, when you have a winning team, that's the case. But these fans have been with them through thick and thin, and it seems like it's the toughest ticket right now in town.
It really is. I mean, this is a great team to watch. Our skipper, Ron Washington's done a tremendous job, and you can see the energy on the field. And fans want to come out and see that, and we've got the best fans in baseball and in sport. And we're proud to be a part of the Rangers.
There we go. And every fan that came through the turnstiles tonight got a nice T-shirt as well, huh?
Yeah, Capital One was very gracious in putting these shirts for our fans to be able to have those tonight. And it's great that they did it, and it's a great commemorative piece.
All right, Rick, appreciate the time. Great seeing you. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you. Now, Nelly Cruz fed a steady diet of breaking balls, and he is down on strikes for the second time tonight. That's out number 2 here in the 6th, and Michael Young will come up. McAllister now has 6 strikeouts this evening. Michael, an RBI single in the 4th inning. He is 1 out of 2. McAllister started into the windup, then thought better of it.
Well, McAllister's Buzz is quietly pitching a pretty nice game himself.
Yeah.
He's only given up 2 runs. One of them was an unearned run.
Take a look at the Ford leaderboard for tonight. Attendance-wise, the highest the last 2 years in Ranger franchise history. First time this year going over 3 million. And last year, setting the all-time mark, and Ranger organization thanking all the fans that have supported the Rangers so well. A shot by Laporta down the right field line. Michael Young with his second consecutive hit.
You just love to see Michael when he's hitting the ball to right field like that. When he's at his best, that's where the ball's going.
His RBI single went that way. Now his 2-out single here in the 6th inning went that way.
The Rangers bunched 3 hits together back in the 4th inning, and then got a little bit of help on a wild throw to first base to score their 2 runs. And McAllister hasn't walked a batter. He struck out 6, throwing the ball well. His fastball is solid, and he's had pretty good location too. Not many pitches after he gave up 4 home runs to the Rangers in his last start against them. He's keeping the ball away from the hitter's zone pretty well today.
Now here's Mitch Moreland, who's 1 for 2 tonight, and he takes inside ball 1. Again, the Indians putting that extreme overshift on. You got the third baseman Hanahan playing at the shortstop spot, and Lillibridge the shortstop over to normal second base spot, and way out there in shallow right field, or actually medium right field now, Jason Kipnis, the second baseman. If you tried to put that in a scorebook that had the numbers where the players are supposed to be, you wouldn't find a number for where Kipnis is playing. Ruben Niebla, the interim pitching coach, out to the mound to talk with McAllister. One of the things, and I'm sure he's got to remind McAllister of, is look, Moreland went the other way with your fastball last time. We're not playing him around that way in the infield, so don't invite him by staying in one spot away from him to take the ball the other way. Well, folks, this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, the push to the postseason continues. Fox Saturday Baseball begins at 2:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for the game in your area. That conference is finished. The count is 2 balls and no strikes to Moreland. Michael Young, the runner at first. A 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Moreland going that way again. A fly ball hit pretty well to left field. Going back is Rutino up against the wall, and he makes the catch right in front of the out-of-town scoreboard. Now, Mitch gave it a ride the other way. Came up a little bit short. And the Rangers strand a runner. We're going to the 7th inning. It's the Rangers 2 and the Indians 2 on Fox Sports Southwest. On Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Geico Insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by the all-new Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway MPG. Top of the 7th inning, Derek Holland back to the hill. A 2-2 ball game. Indians have the top of the batting order to face Holland. Ezequiel Carrera starting things off, and he checks his swing on a strike to the outside corner. Carrera 1 out of 2 this evening. He's had a sacrifice bunt. He's also singled and struck out. Carrera, in case you missed it earlier, a last-minute substitution into the lineup. He was not scheduled to start against the left-hander Holland. Michael Brantley was originally in center field. He had to be scratched very near game time, and Carrera came in to take his spot. Tanner Shepard's loosening in the Ranger bullpen in support of Derek Holland. Now the 2-1 pitch. Down the left field line, Murphy shaded that way toward the stands, and it slices back into the first row. Nice catch.
He's not going to hit a ball in fair territory down the left field line without David Murphy catching it, unless he hits it shallow. David shading him way over toward left field. He's almost on the line.
Yeah.
That's about as extreme a shift as you can see.
About another 30 feet toward the line, he'd be illegal. He'd be in foul territory. The 2-2 pitch. And that was pulled foul off the screen in front of the Ranger dugout. Well, Derek Holland getting ready for his 100th pitch of the night. Left-hander to the line. The next pitch in the air to left field. Again, slicing toward the line. Murphy leaping up against the sidewall and out of his reach.
Generally, you won't see an outfielder get to that wall and time his jump like that. Just that David's so close to it, he has that luxury.
Yeah, that's not a routine sight. Esmail Rogers is loosening, hard-throwing right-hander out on the Cleveland bullpen. One more time with the 2-2 pitch. Holland misses outside. The count has gone full. Now, this is a guy you can't afford to walk. With his speed in a tie ball game, you want to make him swing the bat. Brent Lillibridge, guy who handles the stick pretty well, is waiting in the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch. Got him swinging. Holland got a fastball inside on him, and Carrera strikes out for the second time tonight. That is out number 1, and Lillibridge coming to the plate.
They ran the fastball in, made it sink, and made it tail in toward Carrera. I think it's some pretty good swings tonight, but he didn't have much of a chance to hit that one.
Now Holland gets his 6th strikeout of the night. And here's Lillibridge. I was going to say it 16 times. Elvis got him. Hello, Lillibridge. Thanks, Elvis. I appreciate you swinging at that first pitch. You got me off the hook a little bit. Well, the series concludes here tonight with the Indians, but tomorrow Seattle comes into town. Chevron showing you tomorrow's starters. It'll be Hisashi Iwakuma and Yu Darvish on the hill. Iwakuma very quietly having a pretty good season for the Mariners, 6-4 and 12 starts, and of course Darvish already established a lot of rookie records for the Rangers, looking for his 15th win. And Holland throws a strike to Jason Kipnis. And a reminder, tomorrow night, Friday night, usually we are on TXA 21, not tomorrow night. We will be on Fox Sports Southwest tomorrow night, and TXA 21 will pick up Saturday night's game for you. So that's just for this week.
That reminder was for me. I wouldn't have worn a tie tomorrow.
Swinging strike 3 to Kipnis, and Holland strikes out a pair in the 7th. 1, 2, 3, and gone are the Indians. Stretch time at the ballpark. Rangers 2, Indians 2 on Fox Sports Southwest.
Back at Rangers Ballpark, we're all tied at 2 apiece. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Buzz and Tom, here they are, the Patterson family, the 3 millionth fan that went through the turnstiles tonight. And it's your daughter's 8-year birthday, Kimberly, and all she wanted to do was come to a Ranger game. You got here a little late, and then what happened after that?
Whole thing's changed. We sat closer than we've ever sat before in our lives. It's pretty amazing.
You got, actually, you're supposed to be sitting 2 rows back. I won't keep you. I'll let you get back there. But just last half inning, you got to meet Nolan Ryan down on the field. What else did you get?
She got to get a picture with Josh Hamilton. Got season tickets for next year. They got baseball signed by Nolan Ryan and a birthday memory she'll never forget.
There we go. Well, congratulations again, 3 millionth fan. Kimberly, pretty cool birthday, huh?
Yes.
You bet. Okay, enjoy the rest of the game. Appreciate it, Buzz.
All right, Jim, thank you. Well, Kimberly's going to think that's supposed to happen every birthday.
They're going to have something to talk about.
Yeah. Be asking on her 9th birthday. Are we going to the Ranger game again? Esbiel Rogers is on the hill, and the first pitch to Giovanni Soto is cued down to first base. Soto is out, 1 away, and Leonis Martin coming up. So Esbiel Rogers, you see the numbers on this hard-throwing right-hander.
Pretty good numbers. Came over from Colorado, where he really was struggling, not because of talent. He's certainly got a great arm. His fastball reaches the mid-90s. He's one of those guys, he's probably going to trade a few teams, but you hope you're the team that gets him when it all comes together. Because if it does, you've got a hard-throwing, late-inning bullpen guy.
Martin 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out, trying to bunt his way aboard and flied out to left field. A 2-2 ball game. Rogers to the plate with a breaking ball, and that just missed the inside part. Zach McAllister, 6 very good innings for Cleveland tonight. Gave up 8 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. Did not walk anybody, struck out 6. And he will have no decision in this ball game. That's outside. 2-1 now to Martin. Leonis, great numbers at AAA Round Rock this year, despite missing a bit of time with an injury, thumb injury. Rogers 2-1 pitch. And that's fouled back just to our left. And checking with the bullpen, Alexio Gondo has gotten up to join Tanner Shepherds in the Ranger pen. Martin, after being sent back to AAA, ended up hitting .359 with the Express. And again, a good rip at a fastball and fouls that back. Hit safely in 28 of his last 30 games in Round Rock. And a dozen home runs in 55 ball games down there. So there's some power there. Still 2-2. That ball's hit hard, but pulled foul down the right field side, well back into the seats. And we'll come back and try it again.
He's a little bit behind the fastball, and then the off-speed pitch, he's a little bit out in front of it.
Martin back in, awaiting Esmil Rogers' next pitch. And the right-hander now having a hard time getting together with Lou Marson for the sign. Now he's ready to go. And the pitch on the way. High and outside, 3-2. Well, Leona's trying to get aboard here with one out in the 7th inning. The top of the order is waiting, and that means Ian Kinsler to follow. Payoff pitch, got him swinging. Martin not able to get on top of that high fastball. That is out number 2. And here comes Ian. Let's head back to our Fox Sports Southwest studios, a Mazda game break with John Radigan. John? All right, John, thank you. Kinsler takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Ian has singled in each of his last 2 at-bats tonight. 2 out of 3. That batting average now at the 266.
Go ahead, Buzz. Sorry.
No, that's right.
The game between the A's and the Angels was 0-0. A good ways into that game. Angels had a big inning late in the ball game. The A's were right in that game, playing another good game until that big inning. They've lost 2 of their 2 veteran pitchers, Bartolo Colon, Brandon McCarthy. They've filled in with younger guys and haven't skipped a beat. Brett Anderson came back from the disabled list and has pitched great. They've more than hung in there. Boy, they are definitely a contender.
Ian takes outside. It's 2-1. Good news too about Brandon McCarthy and seeing him get released from the hospital.
That was so scary. I didn't even want to watch that.
No. We're really glad for Brandon and his family that everything has worked out okay. That's definitely a scary moment. 2 balls, 1 strike to count.
I like his sense of humor. He said, "Thank goodness I had both my fantasy football teams. I had their lineups in before the ball hit me."
Gee.
I read that and I figured, well, he's got a good chance of being okay if he's able to say that.
Yeah. 3-1 now to Kinsler. He's trying to get aboard with 2 outs. Elvis Andrus to follow, hopefully in this inning for the Rangers. Rogers ready. Inside corner. And it's 3-2. Right at the bottom of the zone, and the count has gone full to Ian. A good time for Ian's 17th home run of the year. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Check swing, call strike 3. Kinsler on his way to first base, and he's going to have to let the bat go and the helmet and get his glove. Rogers has a 1-2-3 inning, although it was a little bit ragged at times. We're going to the 8th inning, still 2-2. You by Ace Cash Express, earning your trust since 1968. And by Jack in the Box. Get the All-American Jack Combo, a no-nonsense burger, fries, and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax. A record-setting crowd on hand. The Rangers go over 3 million in attendance this year. The 72nd or 71st home date. And Tanner Shepard's now coming in trying to keep this big crowd happy, keep this ball game tied, give the offense a chance to get the Rangers on the board to win this thing. And the first pitch from Shepard to Carlos Santana. He is inside for ball one. Santana, the switch hitter, turning around to bat from the left side against the right-hander Shepard. Santana 1 for 3, had a second inning single for Cleveland. 1-0 pitch, grounded right back up the middle, a base hit. And for the second time tonight, Carlos Santana aboard with a leadoff single. Your Brown Hand Center great hands of the game. When Vinny Rottino was up in the 4th inning, Michael Young robbing Rottino. That great Beltre-like dive to his left.
And Rottino the next time up lined one just like that into the hole for a base hit. Well, Young ball to shortstop, Vinny.
Young creeping down the line, and that ball is bunted, and not because he wanted to.
Look at this. Look at this.
They're going to get an out.
Oh, well, they got a sacrifice. Yeah, what do you do there? Do you pick it in foul territory?
I pick it in foul territory.
I would too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him to get the sacrifice. And that's exactly what he wanted. He's happy. After, you got him 0-1 right here. If he doesn't get the bunt down, you got a pretty good chance of getting him. I think that thing had some spin on it.
Either that or you got to read the break a little bit better than that on the. Look at that thing.
Hit the edge and came back.
Yeah, sure did.
Well, he accomplished what he went up there for, and that was to sacrifice the go-ahead run into scoring position.
Shepard gets the unassisted put out at first base, and now with Santana at second and one out, Matt Laporta is going to be the hitter. Laporta, difference for the Indians tonight in this game. He had that big 2-run home run in the 6th inning. That was his first of the year. And Shepard's pitch is outside to him for ball one. Laporta with a single to go along with that home run. So he's 2 out of 3 tonight. This is a guy in Laporta that the Indians have been waiting a couple of years for, hoping that he would turn into the kind of hitter that made him a high draft choice. And Shepard's an inside move to see if he can get Santana straying too far off the bag. Time was called. Shepard was trying to get ready to go when Laporta wasn't ready. Now they're both set. Good breaking ball from Shepard. Remember, Shepard came in earlier. First of all, the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. This was Laporta last time up. Bertino on base and Laporta 410 feet to the deepest part of the ballpark, and that tied the ball game up off of Derek Holland. Shepard's a couple of looks at second. The 1-1 pitch. Another good breaking ball. Laporta way out in front of that.
2 starts ago, Derek beat the Indians with almost the exact same line that he had today. In Cleveland, it was 7 hits, 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. It was the exact same line, only it was 1 walk and 7 strikeouts today. 7 innings, 7 hits, and 2 runs in each ball game.
One-two pitch. Slow roller to third. Michael Young's going to let it go, and it's a fair ball as it hops right by the top of the bag. And Laporta with his 3rd hit of the night, an infield single that Michael Young didn't feel like he could field and throw to first base to get it. So he had only one thing left to do, and that was let it go, and it turned out to be a fair ball.
Well, it's not a lot of damage done. The man at second base has to stay at second. So if anything, it puts a man on first and gives you double play chance.
Soto out now to talk to Tanner Shepard, a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle. And coming to the plate now, Shin-Soo Choo. Very tough left-handed hitter and the normal right fielder for the Indians. So Choo is going to hit for Thomas Neal. So here in the 8th inning now, and Ron Washington going to the mound. He's going to bring in the left-hander, like Martin Perez was out there getting loose. So Shepard's finished. Gives up a couple of hits and a sacrifice bunt. Here comes the young left-hander, Martin Perez. He will take on Shin-Soo Choo, and we'll be back to tell you about it right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Morning at 10 o'clock right here on Fox Sports Southwest for Chevy Hometown Kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. Visit www.hometownkids.tv for more information. Well, Martin Perez, the 21-year-old left-hander, on in a game situation, if you will. Shin-Soo Choo, the hitter, he's got runners at first and second, a tie ball game. And the breaking ball is a little bit low for ball one.
Well, he pitched in relief in Tampa Bay at the end of that series, 5 innings. And here he is, boy, right in the middle of this ball game. 8th inning, 2 men on, 1 out. Tough spot for the kid.
And Choo hitting at .281, 15 home runs, 54 RBI. 2 balls and no strikes. As a pitch hitter, Choo fairly consistent with what he has done on an everyday basis. He is one of the better hitters around. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0. And now 3-0. As Perez not able to find the strike zone. So the young man needs to get it together, come back and get Choo. Perez ready, the 3-0 pitch. And it's low and outside, ball 4. That will load the bases. With 1 out here in the 8th inning. And we're going to get another pinch hit. No, it's not either. I take it back.
I think instead of going out to the mound, he's going to wait and hope that Ogando can get ready in time to face this hitter.
And Soto is going to go out there and waste some time.
You go out and talk to him, and he's not ready. You go back to the dugout. You can't replace him in the middle of this at bat.
Right.
I think they're going to wait, stretch it as long as they can. And Ogando has been warming up, so it shouldn't take him that long to get loose. And there's a number of different ways you can stall. And they're right in the middle of the stalling process right now.
And Ron Washington getting up off of his seat in the dugout, and he asks Mike Maddox, is he ready? And Mike said, yep, he is going to be ready. So Wash will make that slow walk out to the mound and see if he can give Ogando maybe 2 or 3 more pitches down there to get himself closer. So a 1-hitter outing for Martin Perez. Ends up walking the pinch hitter Shin-Soo Choo. And Wash talking to him a little bit before he will make the motion. Now he makes the motion. He wants the right-hander. So it's going to be Ogando coming on. And we'll see if Manny Acta goes to the bench. They've got Lonnie Chisenhall, a left-hander, and of course a couple of switch hitters in Cabrera and Phelps. But Ogando coming on, bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th inning, a 2-2 ball game. We'll be right back on Fox Sports Southwest. Now the third pitcher of the inning coming on for the Rangers. It'll be Alexi Ogando. And there you see the numbers on the 28-year-old right-hander.
Well, it's about as tough a situation as you can get. Tie ball game, 8th inning, bases loaded, 1 out.
And another pinch hitter, and indeed Maniac has gone to the bench. And Lonnie Chisenhall, left-handed hitter who missed a couple of months on the disabled list after having a forearm fracture, being hit by a pitch in Baltimore, is up there now. And the first pitch, 97-mile-an-hour heat, and his Chisenhall couldn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. And in the Indians bullpen, Joe Smith, Vinny Pestano, the right-handers.
Probably depends what happens this inning.
98.
If it stays tied, you'll probably see Smith. If the Indians score, you'll probably see Pestano. Well, let's hope for Smith.
Well, Ogando coming out throwing high octane, and he's gotten Chisenhall in an 0-2 hole.
They went after him with the same pitch. Got just a piece of it that time.
Boy, all three, you could put a thimble over the three of them.
What would you do? Would you try to throw in about 4 inches higher than that?
I go up just a little bit higher and see what happens. Again, the 0-2. Tried the breaking ball, and it kind of slipped out of his hand.
And what about a breaking ball right there?
I don't like that.
You know, he's having trouble with your fastball.
Yeah. He's not tuned up to the fastball yet, and I think by throwing a breaking ball, you speed up his bat a little bit.
Yeah.
Now you've given him one more pitch to look at also. Ogando wanting Soto now to go through the signs one more time. Alexi peering in. Now he has the one he wants. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, the other night when we saw Ogando come in, he wasn't really throwing his breaking ball with conviction. At least he threw that one with conviction. The first one slipped out of his hand, but that one was a pretty sharp, good slider. Now the 2-2. Low and inside, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Chisenhall able to lay off 3 pitches after falling behind 0-2. Now Ogando nowhere to put Chisenhall in this tie ball game.
Well, he got ahead with 3 good fastballs, and all Chisenhall was able to do was tick one. Then a couple of breaking balls out of the strike zone, a fastball out of the strike zone. And we go from 0-2 to 3-2.
Payoff pitch on the way. Got him swinging.
And come back with a fastball and get the job done. That's a big strikeout.
That is out number 2. The bases are still loaded. And Jack Hanahan, who over the years has been a Ranger killer at times, is coming to the plate. Hanahan, formerly with the A's and with the Indians also, has had some big games against the Rangers, and he couldn't be in a bigger spot in this ball game than right here. Bases full, 2 outs in a 2-2 ball game in the top of the 8th inning. Ogando's first pitch hit in the air to center field, backing up a bit. With a play is Leonis Martin. And Ogando comes on to get the 2 outs, a strikeout and a fly ball. The Indians leave the bases loaded. The Rangers will come to bat at the bottom of the 8th in a 2-2 tie on Fox Sports Southwest. came in a tough situation. Bases loaded, 1 out. He was facing a pinch hitter, Lonnie Chisenhall. We got the pitch-by-pitch recap for you. Started him off 97 upstairs for a strike, 98 upstairs for a strike, 98 and a foul ball. And then he kind of got cute. Breaking ball, missed. Breaking ball, missed. Fastball, missed. Went to 3-2, and then he threw the fastball by him. And Tom, you asked me about that breaking ball. The reason I don't like it, when you've got it 0-2, you've got it 0-2 for a reason. That's because in Aletzi's case, he overpowered Chisenhall in the first couple of pitches. And I think throwing something other than what you've overpowered him with is saying to the hitter, I think you were right on me. I don't want to give the hitter any credit.
Yeah, well, I don't see why you would. It looked like
you lose your aggressiveness.
It looked like he was late on all 3 swings and just barely ticked 1 out of the 3 pitches. It's not like he was giving you any reason to believe he was going to be able to hit a fastball. Well, Santana's catching. Chu is in right, which means Santana, as the DH comes in to catch, the pitcher will be hitting in the 8th spot.
The new pitcher is Joe Smith. Elvis Andrus starting things off. Let's see if the momentum that Alexi gave the Rangers kicks in here. Ground ball to short, and low throw. It's off the glove and into the stands as Lillibridge did it again. That's his 5th error of this series, and that was just completely careless.
Well, Jason Donald had a game that really helped the Rangers the other night at third base. He made 3 errors. He booted 1. He threw a couple away. And now the Rangers get another break right here. Tries to throw on the run instead of getting his feet underneath him and just threw it right straight into the ground. And the next break is, instead of hitting the wall and bouncing back, it skips off the glove into the stands, and Elvis gets second base.
My apologies to Brent Lillibridge. I was thinking he had the 3 error night the other night. That's his 2nd error of the night, but yeah, Jason Donald had the 3 error night the other night. My mistake. So the left side of the infield for the Tribe has not been prominent defensively in this series. But the Rangers will take it. They have Elvis at second base, nobody out. David Murphy up there. Murph 0 for 3. Smith comes to him and gets a swinging strike 2. And Murphy now down on the count. Murphy tonight has struck out, flied out, and grounded out. Just trying to get Elvis over to third base at the very least for Adrian Beltre. And Murphy trying to pull that pitch, chops it foul. It's still 0-2.
Well, Davis trying to hit the ball to the right side. And if he hits that pitch, he's going to hit it on the ground, that's for sure. Smith comes from it's kind of a sidearm delivery, gets good movement on his ball, good sinking action.
And Smith bluffing a move to second, but since Elvis was the only one there, he wasn't going to throw it. Murph pinwheel on that bat, back around. Now Smith ready. And Murphy fouling off a breaking ball as Smith tried to backdoor him with that sidearm slurve. It's still 0-2. Smith a long look in. Santana flashing the signs out, going through that series. And now Murphy tired of waiting, so he backs out. Now Smith ready. The 0-2. Hit in the air to center field. Hit pretty well. It's going to be deep enough for Elvis to tag. The catch is made. The throw will be cut off. And on to third goes Elvis. Good job by David Murphy. Getting down to the count and then getting a ball he could drive deep enough to the outfield to get Elvis over to third. And Andrus now at third with 1 out, and Beltre coming up.
Not just a great at bat for David. He threw him some really tough sinkers that he kind of hung in there against, and then the first high fastball he saw, he hit it far enough to get Elvis over to third. So wasn't a ground ball to the right side, but the deep fly ball accomplishes the same thing.
You know, they're going to go ahead and walk Adrian Beltre and deal with Nelly Cruz with the double play potential set up. Well, the crowd of just over 36,000, 36,102. Not liking this too much. They want to see Adrian swing the bat. Beltre, of course, 2 out of 3 tonight, and just on a torrid pace. And he draws the intentional walk. So runners at the corners with 1 out. And the AT&T Uverse reverse replay. This was Beltre last night of Genmar Gomez in the first inning. A 2-run home run, his 32nd of the year. And that was last night. And Beltre, after a scare, injuring his shoulder, diving for a ball. Back in the lineup tonight as the DH. He's at first. Elvis Andrus at third. And Nelly Cruz, who is 1 for 3 tonight, is at the plate. A chopper to third. It's off the glove of Hanahan, and everybody's safe. Elvis comes home. The Rangers lead 3-2.
Well, Hanahan's a pretty good third baseman, too, but that was his only chance. He was trying to decide whether he was going to try to come home with it. I don't think he could turn 2, even if he fielded it cleanly, because it was a high chopper. And I got to think he was trying to field that on the run. Do or die play. It's going to take a bad hop. You can't get it on a good hop. He did the only thing he could do, and hoped he got lucky and fielded this ball, and then probably try to come home with it. He wasn't able to do it, and Rangers get a run.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. That's what I saw him doing too. He was looking at home, maybe a little before that ball got
maybe
to see where Elvis was.
Because I don't think he could turn 2 on it for sure.
I think I agree with you. I think that was the only play he had, was to try and come home with that.
Yeah.
See that little peek that he had there just to check Elvis?
Yeah.
Tough play, and Hanahan, as we said, has made so many great plays against the Rangers and had so many big hits over the years. A little surprising to see one go off his glove, but maybe that's a microcosm of what's happened to the Indians in the second half of the season.
Well, in the first game, the Rangers got 4 unearned runs against Ubaldo Jimenez early in the ball game because of errors. That's generally what happens in unearned runs. And then right now, to break the tie, there's been a couple of errors in this inning. So you have to take advantage of your opportunities, and the Rangers are doing that.
And here's Michael Young, and he takes that sidearm slurve from Joe Smith for strike 1. Young 2 for 3. His single reacher his last 2 times up. Drives this to the center. That's down for a base hit. Beltre waved around third. The throw's cut off. Adrian scores. Michael Young with the RBI base hit. The Rangers lead 4-2.
Yeah, when Michael hits 3 base hits to the right of second base, you know that's a good sign, because that's what he does. And it's been a good night for Michael. 2 RBI singles in the game and another base hit to go along with it. Gets that pitch right down the middle of the plate.
Well, Michael Young, a key base hit. And that's what you call capitalizing on the mistakes that the other team is making. And Maniac out to the mound, and he's going to get Joe Smith out of there. He will go to the bullpen. So Young at first, Cruz at second base. A couple of runs across. The Rangers looking for more here in the 8th inning. They lead 4-2. We'll be right back on Fox Sports Southwest. Begins with the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL pregame show at 11 a.m. Central. Check your local listings for the games in your area. Well, Scott Main, the left-hander, is on now. Runners at first and second, still one out. Rangers have pushed across a couple of runs here in the 8th inning. Mitch Moreland will face the left-hander, Scott Main, as you look at his small ledger, as a small sample for the left-hander at the big league level this year. Sidearm breaking ball, and it hangs inside to Moreland. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Tough outing for Joe Smith. Had a simple ground ball to shortstop to start the inning, turned into a 2-base error. Another error in the inning. All these runs will be unearned.
And Moreland pops the next pitch up behind home plate. Santana with the mask off will run out of room. And Joe Nathan out of the Ranger bullpen, getting ready for possibly the 3rd straight night of work here against the Indians. Rangers scored 2 in the 4th. Indians came back with 2 in the 6th to tie it. And the Rangers have pushed across 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. And that followed maybe a momentum shifter by Alexi Ogando, a strikeout and a fly ball with the bases loaded. That pitch outside for Maine. 2-1 to count to Moreland. There's Alexi. Got that right elbow wrapped up, and
some kind of relief outing for Alexi.
Base hit to right field for Moreland. Cruz being waved around third and now stopped.
That's a good call by Dave Anderson, boy. He gave it every shot. He waved him as far as he could to where he could still stop him, and Nelly could get back to third base. Chu, now playing right field, has a superb arm, and it gets rid of it quickly, and it's accurate. And if Dave waved Nelly, he would have been out.
Well, good job by Mitch. Good job hitting against a tough left-hander in Scott Main.
Definitely.
Well, you get a look at that throw right on the money also before it was cut off. So Rangers now have low to the bases. Still just 1 out. Giovanni Soto is up there trying to pad this lead. And changeup floats outside for ball 1. Soto 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of strikeouts and a ground ball to first. You got Cruz at third, Young at second, and Moreland at first base. Ripping a miss. As Maine pulled the string again. Maine checks the runners. And Soto takes low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Scott Maine, the second pitcher of the inning. Joe Smith started the frame. An error to the leadoff man, Andrews, and then a fly ball from David Murphy. The intentional walk, then another error. And that just has really opened the gates. Low and in, and the count is now 3-1. Well, no place to put Giovanni Soto. Bases full of Rangers if Soto is able to get aboard here. You have Leonis Martin hanging around in that on-deck circle. The 3-1 pitch coming from Maine. Rifled foul off the screen in front of the Indians dugout. Now the count is full. Maine, a waiver claim off the Chicago Cubs roster by the Indians back in the latter stages of August. He is ready. The payoff pitch. Double play ground ball to short. The second on to first, and that will do it. Well, the double play prevents any insurance, but the Rangers score 2 on a couple of hits, a couple of errors. They leave 2. It's Joe Nathan time for the third night in a row. Rangers leading 4-2. The organization has welcomed their 3 millionth fan tonight, and Chuck Morgan making the announcement after the top of the sixth inning, and it was quite a festive atmosphere here tonight. Kind of reminiscent of some of the big Ranger wins and going on to the postseason. The 3 million strong have shown up for the support of the Texas Rangers this year, and as Nolan Ryan said in his remarks, can't thank you all enough for supporting the Rangers the way you have. And President and CEO very, very grateful to all the folks that work with him and for him for the Rangers, and to all the fans that have decided to come out and support this team. And Joe Nathan could use your support right now as he heads to the top of the ninth inning, nursing a 4-2 lead, looking for his 34th save of the year and his 32nd straight. He will face the top of the order for the Indians. Ezekiel Carrera, first ball swinging. It's out of play behind home plate. Craig Gentry is into the ball game, taking over in center field. Carrera 1 for 3 tonight. He struck out a couple times, had a single back in the fifth inning. Also had a sacrifice bunt. Nathan with the 0-1, and it's outside. Joe's, you mentioned, came in last night, nailed down the save. A perfect ninth inning as he got Kanzler, Chisenhall, and Kochman in order. And the pitch just off the inside corner. It's 2-1. On Tuesday night, Nathan came in and faced Cord Phelps, then Carrera, and got Carrera to ground out to second, and then got Chu to tap back to the mound to end things. 2-1 pitch hit deep to right field. Going back is Cruz. He is looking up. That ball is gone. Ezekiel Carrera with his second home run of the year, and he cuts the Ranger lead to 4-3 as he rounds the bases.
Well, that makes that extra run the Rangers scored important, and it also makes the double play with the bases loaded important, because now it's a one-run game. Pitch on the inside part of the plate. He got the good part of the bat on it. Doesn't look like a home run hitter, but he hit that one far enough to go out of the ballpark.
Well, now Maniacta going to the bench once again. He has a right-hander coming up there now, and that's Russ Kanzler. And Nathan's first pitch, Kanzler ripping a foul tip. It's 0-1. Kanzler, one of the September call-ups for the Tribe. And last night, he was the first hitter that Nathan faced in the 9th inning, struck him out looking. It's a one-run ball game here, 4-3 in favor of the Rangers. Nathan with the big breaking ball, and it stays inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nathan okays the sign, goes to the wind. And a rip and a miss on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. One and two. Just missed down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kanzler out momentarily, now back in. A powerful right-handed hitter up there, and Nathan with a 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, base hit to left field. You know, looked like Nathan hung a slider a little bit over the plate, and Kanzler able to reach. He is the tying run now at first base with nobody out, and Jason Kipnis coming to the plate.
Yeah, that pitch has gotten a lot of hitters out for Joe Nathan this year. Breaking ball, but Kanzler got the good part of the bat on it, found a hole. Michael Young guarding the line so that a double doesn't go down the line. Opens up a little bit of a hole there.
Well, Nathan trying to work around a leadoff home run, followed up by a pinch hit single. Kipnis at the plate is 0 for 4 tonight. And time called momentarily. We're going to have a pinch runner. Yeah. It'll be Jason Donald coming out and running for Russ Kanzler. So Jason Donald on as a pinch runner. He represents the tying run in this game. He'll be at first base. Nathan ready to work to Kipnis. Michael Young cheating down the line from third, and Kipnis takes upstairs for ball 1. Kipnis checking with Steve Smith, the third base coach. Smith sending a series of signs to both John and Donald at first base and Kipnis at the plate. Yeah, a little turn and a throw to first just to let Donald know that Nathan hadn't forgotten about him. Nathan okays the sign and he comes set. Long hold, the 1-0 pitch. In the air to right field, hit pretty well. Cruz is back at the wall. That ball's gone. And the Indians have taken a 5-4 lead as Joe Nathan has blown his first save since April. Jason Kipnis, his 14th home run of the year. It is 5-4 Cleveland.
I almost don't know how to react to that. It's been so long since that's happened. But you have to give Cleveland credit. Rangers had a chance for a big inning in the bottom of the 8th, but the double play ball got them out of the inning with only 2 runs. And now 2 home runs and 3 batters against Joe Nathan.
You got that second pitch fastball on the inside part of the plate, and Kipnis really turned on it. He got it on out of here. So Mike Maddox out to kind of slow things down a little bit, see if we can get the bullpen going. As in the Indian bullpen, Chris Perez, their closer, is getting up and he is preparing to pitch the bottom of the 9th. And a breaking ball into Carlos Santana. Koji Uehara is loosening very quickly in the Ranger bullpen.
Well, it's just a matter now of trying to get Joe out of there. He's pitched 3 straight days and keep the pitch count down now that they've lost the lead.
1 ball, 1 strike as Santana takes the next pitch low. Santana 2 for 4 tonight. A couple of singles. Inside, 2-1. Nathan coming off the plate inside, and Santana having a jackknife out of the way. If you're looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Rangers have Craig Gentry, who into the ball game for defensive purposes, leading things off, and then back to the top of the order, Kinsler and Andrews. 3 balls and a strike now, and Joe Nathan struggling as badly as we have seen him all year here tonight. 3-1 pitch. Rip and a miss. And the count has gone full. So Joe Nathan, who had converted 31 consecutive save opportunities, has that streak broken here tonight. That's both a Ranger record and a personal high. As Santana goes the other way toward the left field corner. Murphy over to cut it off, and that's going to be a stand-up double for Carlos Santana. His 3rd hit of the night, the 4th consecutive hit off of Joe Nathan. And that's going to do it as Ron Washington getting him out of there. Nathan has thrown 17 pitches, and it's just not there this evening. 3rd time in a row, as Tom told you, that Nathan has been asked to come on and save a ball game. First 2, no problem. Tonight, a little bit different story. So Wash to the mound, and Nathan gives the skipper the ball. And he walks, not dejectedly, but not happily toward the Ranger dugout. He understands that goes along with the territory sometimes, and you just hope it doesn't happen too often. Koji coming in. We'll be back and tell you all about him right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Didn't retire hitter, gave up 4 hits, 2 of them left the ballpark, and the blown save ends a streak of 31 straight for Nathan. Now Koji Uehara will come on and see if he can keep this at a 1-run deficit for the Rangers. Numbers on Koji, who pitched in last night's ball game.
Yeah, Koji had a good game last night. Came in, had 1 quick inning. Indians have an all-star closer, Chris Perez, ready to come in. Perez has saved 35 games so far this year.
Santana, the runner at second. Rotino takes a strike as he squared around as if to bunt. Remember last inning, the 8th inning, Rutino sacrifice bunt that he bunted about 3 or 4 feet foul. It rolled down the first baseline and it was foul all the way and then rolled back right next to the bag. So the Rangers had to field it. He got a credit for the sacrifice. Round a bunt again and takes off the outside corner this time. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rutino checking with Steve Smith down at third. See if Maniac still wants the sacrifice put on here. Rangers believe that it will be, with Mitch Moreland creeping down from first and Michael Young stationed caddy corner at third base. Around a bunt, bunted hard down the third baseline. It's a good one. Young on to Kinsler covering first. The sacrifice goes 5-4. On to third goes Santana. He's there now with 1 out. And Shin-Soo Choo, or I should say Matt Laporta coming up. Well, the second sacrifice of the night for Rutino. Here's Laporta, who tied the ball game at 2 in the 6th inning. A 2-run home run to dead center field. Rangers have to pull their infield all the way in now with Santana at third and 1 out. Waved at and missed as Koji started him off with the off-speed pitch. Young and Anderson on the left side, Kinsler and Moreland on the right side. Koji's 0-1. Little cue shot down the first baseline. That's going to be in foul territory, and that's you definitely have to field that.
Mitch wasn't taking any chances about that ball spinning back fair. Seen that once today.
Yeah, and it might have too.
A lot of spin on it.
And Santana, the runner at third, did a good job of making sure that if that ball did something crazy, he was going to score. He was already at home plate when Mitch fielded the ball. Pretty easy to give up on that ball if you're a runner at third, but Santana figured that he had seen that happen before, and he was not going to let it happen again. Swung on and missed. Laporta is gone on strikes as Koji really pulling the string on it.
That's the 3rd time tonight the Rangers have gotten a strikeout with a man on third base and less than 2 outs. Derek got Lillibridge on a curveball earlier in the game. Got Laporta right there.
So 2 gone, and now Koji has to deal with Shin-Soo Choo, a tough customer up there. Choo came on as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning. Ended up drawing a walk. Now he's up there with 2 outs. Carlos Santana, the runner at third base. Indians leading 5-4.
Third strikeout. Ogando got Chisenhall pinch hitting. Yes, last inning with the bases loaded.
Choo hitting at .281. Rip and a miss.
He cut that splitter dropping, boy.
Yep.
Works like a super changeup. Got the change of speed and then the great sinking action to it.
Crowd getting behind Koji. See if he can close out this inning, give the Rangers a shot in the bottom of the 9th. And dipping down and away, and Choo able to check his swing. And the count goes to 1-2. O'Hara ready, a check at third. Good fastball, got in on his fists at 90 miles an hour, and Choo just able to get a piece of it.
That was going to be a tough one after all those slower pitches away that came before it.
One ball, 2 strikes. O'Hara to the plate. Loop to center field. Gentry coming on and makes the grab, and Koji does the job without allowing any further damage. But the Indians score 3. They take the lead as we head to the bottom of the ninth. Martin, Kinsler, and Andrews. Rangers trailing 5-4. Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by the Built Ford Tough Truck Event. Enjoy huge savings on America's best-selling truck for 35 years running. Ford is the best in Texas. Well, the Indians jump up and get a hold of Joe Nathan tonight. They score 3 off the Ranger closer. They take a 5-4 lead into the bottom of the ninth inning, and Chris Perez, all-star closer, on to try and close it down.
Well, he saved 35, but he's also blown 4 of them, 35 out of 39. Relatively high ERA for an all-star closer. A lot of strikeouts, 57 strikeouts, and only 50 innings, not many walks. Tough opponent's batting average, so he's a quality closer. Rangers have their hands full, but only 1 run to get to tie this game.
And a couple of defensive changes behind Chris Perez as Greg Gentry steps in to start off here in the bottom of the ninth. Gentry at .307 for the year, a home run and 26 driven in. Perez first pitch. Good fastball to the outside corner. Coming in at shortstop as Drupal Cabrera. Has that bad wrist, but he's able to play defensively. And over at first base, the great glove of Casey Kochman. 1 ball, 1 strike. As that breaking ball flits outside. Perez comes set. And another breaking ball, and Greg Gentry felt that was close enough to go after it. Couldn't make contact. 1-2.
Tough slider, boy.
Yeah.
Big breaking slider. Players call that a frisbee.
There it is again. That caught the inside corner. Well, Gentry gone looking. He is out number 1, and back to the top of the order go the Rangers.
That was nowhere near where he was trying to throw it.
Nope.
Ended up effective, I guess.
Kinsler tonight is 2 out of 4. Pair of singles, a strikeout, and a ground ball to third. First pitch from Perez, a fastball, and it gets the outer half of the plate. Kinsler 0 for 3 in his career against Chris Perez. He has walked a couple of times against the right-hander. Kinsler a drive to left field. playing deep was Rotino, so he's able to make the grab before he steps onto the warning track. Well, Kinsler hit a rocket, but Rotino playing back there had the bead drawn on it the whole way. The Rangers now down to their last out, and Elvis Andrus will come to the plate needing a hit to extend his hitting streak against the Indians to 32 games. You see Elvis 0 for 4 tonight, reached on an error. The rally hats are in evidence here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees to Elvis. Andrus 1 for 4 against Perez lifetime. Hard breaking ball, and that darts off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Perez working quickly. Elvis, a drive to right field. Chu is going back, still going back, reaches up, he can't get it. Off his glove and off the wall. Elvis not stopping at second. He's going to third. The throw not in time. Elvis Andrus extends the game, extends his hitting streak with a 2-out triple. And the Rangers have the tying run 90 feet away with David Murphy at the plate.
I thought he might have gotten that one, Buzz. It looked like it was carrying pretty well. Fortunately, Chu wasn't able to catch it. The Rangers still have a life now with a man on third base, but Elvis gave it a good ride, got it all the way to the wall. A lot of different ways he can score now from third base. Indians haven't exactly played great defense.
Murphy takes a fastball strike, and Murph not happy about that call from Mark Carlson.
Santana catch that ball and bring it back toward the plate. That wasn't even close.
The 0-1 pitch, and Murphy pops it up. Foul territory, first base side. Santana and Kochman over there, and the ball is in the first row behind the Ranger dugout. So Murphy with life had no balls and 2 strikes. David, as you saw, 0 for 4 tonight. A couple of fly balls, a ground out, and a strikeout.
Tough situation against a good closer, 0-2. You've seen David battle in these situations plenty of times this year.
Got him swinging. Perez went upstairs. David couldn't catch up with it, and that'll do it. So the Rangers bid for their sweep over the Indians. Comes up a bit short as they finish off the series by losing 5-4 tonight. Chris Perez gets the save, and Scott Main gets the win in relief. Joe Nathan takes the loss tonight after the blown save, and the Rangers go down to defeat by a final of 5-4. Once again, the final score tonight, the Rangers lose to the Indians by a score of 5-4. Dana Larson and Mark McLemore will be right back to wrap this up from Rangers Ballpark in Arlington.